This week in classes and a little bit at the end of last week, the heart space intention that kept coming to mind is this recognition that retrospect provides clarity and that trust is the tool of the moment. Right? So on the other side, things usually make a lot more sense, right? When we've traveled it through something and then we can look back and we can see this was the purpose of that experience. This was the lesson I learned from that experience. And trust is that bridge, right? When we're in the experience, when we're in the moment, trust is what we lean into so that we can get to the other side and look back and reflect and see the lesson that was coming to us through that experience. And yoga practice is this practice of trust, right? And reflection. So it offers us a space where we can lean into both, right? When we trust in the moment, we're trusting that even if I don't understand why this is happening to me right now, or I don't understand the experience that I'm in, I trust that there is something for me from this. And then we reach the end and we reach Shavasana, and we can look back through our practice and we can see all the moments of connection, all the moments of purpose, and all the moments where we are growing both within our physical vessel, right, in terms of strength and spaciousness, but then also through heart and mind. The spaciousness we receive from moving and breathing with mindful intention. So we'll rock with that today. We're going to do a practice that is a lot of twisting and a little bit of hip opening. But as always, feel free to customize each moment to what your own body needs. Yeah. So we'll start let's start in a seat today. As long as that feels good for you, you can start wherever you'd like. But if a seat feels comfortable, just finding any comfortable seat, whether that's cross-legged or a seat on your shins, or maybe with the support of a yoga block. And take a moment to settle into the support of the earth or that yoga block. Maybe tilting your pelvis a little bit forwards and backwards. Searching for that sweet spot where you grow a little bit taller and prouder through your heart space and the crown of your head. And then go ahead and draw your shoulders up towards your ears and then slide them back in space and let them settle down into your torso. So there's an openness across your collarbones, your chest. As you close your eyes, soften your jaw. Relax across your forehead and all the muscles to your face. Just begin focusing on taking a slower and steadier breath in. And a slower and steadier breath out. As we deepen each inhale and lengthen each exhale. Our concentrated awareness upon our breath helps to create more space within the mind. And by using the breath as an anchor, you can clear some of the clutter away. And then we can see what's left. We can see our thoughts a little bit more clearly. We can feel into our heart space and notice what's moving through. And tune into the more subtle sensations of the body. Once we've filtered some of that clutter away. Taking a couple more cycles of breath, noticing there's an intention that's starting to arise for your individual practice. Something that resonates with you this morning, today, you'd like to carry with you throughout your flow. A touchstone that you can return to as a reminder of the deeper purpose behind your practice. And with that intention right at the forefront, bringing all of your awareness to that intention. Maybe bring one or both hands to your heart. We'll just seal our intentions in with one cleansing breath. So go ahead and let your current breath empty all the way out. Take a deep breath in through your nose. When you're ready, open mouth, exhale to release. Without rushing, just take your time to slowly release your hands from your heart space. Slowly start to open your eyes. And then we're gonna stay in a seat, but let's meet in a cross-legged seat if you're not already there. Let's go left shin in front of our right. As you bring your left shin in front of your right, go ahead and circle sweep your hands up to the sky with a deep breath in. And on your exhale, tip forward any amount to a forward fold breath out. Just take one steady breath here. And then following your next inhale, rise up again, circle, sweep your hands to the sky, opening through your shoulders. And with your exhale, twist to your left. Take your right hand to the outside of your left thigh. Take your left fingertips behind you. Sitting up really tall, breathe in. And on your exhale, find a gentle rotation. Rotate your heart to the left. Your shoulders slide out of your ears. Let your collarbones stay really broad across your chest. Take one more breath here. And as you unwind to face forward, let your hands come to the fronts of your knees. Inhale to your cow spine. Pull your heart forward through and up. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. And on your exhale, cat spine, hold on to your knees and around. Head and tailbone tuck. As you sit up tall again, go ahead and just switch out your shins. Follow your next inhale to your circle sweep. Again, opening through the shoulders. And we exhale to forward fold. Take one mindful breath. And your second inhale as you rise up, again, circle sweep, find that big stretch, and exhale to twist to your right. Breathe a little bit of length and lift your heart and crop. And then use your exhale to facilitate your twist. You gently rotate around. And think shoulders slide out of the ears, collarbones stretch a little bit wider across the heart as you take one more cycle of that. As you slowly start to unwind to face forward, just bring both hands to the fronts of your knees. Inhale to your cow spine. Feel the strength of the back of your heart as you squeeze your shoulder blades. And exhale, cat spine, really hold on to your knees. Think downward energy through your knees. As you tuck and spread your shoulder blades wide. We'll come into a neutral spine and start to make our way into our tabletop pose. Just finding your way to all fours. So you spread your fingers really wide across the earth. One round of cat-cow. Use an inhale to find that lift through your heart, lift through your tailbone. And with your exhale, cat spine, tuck through your tail, round through your spine. Then we'll find our way to neutral, long from crown to tail. As you press through your hands, pull your front ribs in, draw your navel tight to your spine. And start to send your left leg up and back into your one-legged tabletop. Pulling in through your center. Think about lengthening your tailbone back and slightly down. So your left boot lights up a little bit more to lift your left leg. You square your left hip, point your left toes down to the earth. Reach your right hand forward out in front of you. Lengthen through the nape of your neck. Just take an inhale. Think about reaching in opposite directions a little bit further. So lengthen. On your exhale, curl, elbow to knee, push the earth away. We'll inhale, slow motion, we extend. Navel to spine. On your exhale, we contract. Once more, inhale, reach it long. And slow and intentional exhale, use your core to draw it in. Really round your upper back to the sky, push the earth away. And then inhale to reach. On your exhale, just bring your left knee down to the earth beneath your left hip. Twist your right hand open to the sky, rotating open for thread the needle. And as you breathe out, thread your right arm underneath your body. Slide your shoulders out of your ears. Flag your hips a little bit from side to side. And as you actively root down to the back of your right hand, the back of your right arm, maybe reach your left hand up to the ceiling to deepen that twist. Let's take one inhale. And with your exhale, left hand's gonna come back to frame your face. Using your core, unwind, open to your twist again, right hand to the ceiling, big breath in. And we'll exhale to tabletop pose, all fours. We inhale to cow, heart and tailbone scoop up high. On your exhale, cat pose, around your spine, shoulders out of ears. Finding neutral spine, get really strong through your foundation, active push through your hands. Pull your navel up and in. And then when you're ready, start to send your right leg up and back. So we're not worried so much about the height of our right leg. We probably won't be able to lift our right leg higher than hips height. It's probably gonna be a little bit lower actually, especially if we're super engaged to the belly. So focusing on the engagement of your center so that your right glute is active, the core is strong, and our low back is nice and supported. From here, left hand reaches forward. Think long through the nape of your neck, reach, reach, reach as you inhale. And then slow motion exhale, elbow to knee. Think about keeping your right shoulder relatively stacked over your right wrist. Inhale to send everything long. Twice when we exhale, we find the contraction. And inhale, we find the length. Last one here, exhale, curl in again, right shoulders over right wrist for extra balance, challenge, push the earth away. And then inhale, send it long. With your exhale, release your right knee to the earth beneath your right hip. Twist your left hand, open to the sky, big breath. And thread your needle, left arm dives underneath you. Slide your shoulders out of your ear. Check in with your hips, so you move them side to side. An option for right hand to reach to the sky for a breath. Press down to the back of your left arm. Feel your shoulders actively pull out of your ears. Then release your right hand to frame your face if your right hand is lifted. Utilize your core and inhale to open it back up. Left hand returns to the sky. And we exhale to our tabletop pose. And from here, go ahead and tuck your toes underneath. You can just hover your knees a couple inches off the earth. So you're in your hovering tabletop. Taking a slow, intentional inhale, fill your lungs. Then out of your nose, ujjayi, exhale, let that breath go. And getting super strong, see your hands on your belly. Keep your left knee hovering. Send your right leg up and back to a hovering one-legged tabletop. Take one inhale here. On your exhale, bring your right knee towards your nose, push into your hands. As you send your right toes back, find your high plank, right toes to the back of your yoga mat, left toes to the back, and downward facing dog, push your hips to the ceiling. Just settling into your down dog, take a breath. And with inhale, start to reach your right leg to the sky, three-legged dog. Your exhale is going to bend your knee and open your hip. Scorpion dog. Inhale, re-extend your right leg long. On your exhale, right knee, left tricep, cross underneath your body. Three-legged dog, reach our right leg up high. And step your right foot to the outside of your right hand for your lizard lunge. Lower your left knee all the way to the ground or to a hover, you can choose. So hovering or to the earth. And get really rooted to your right foot. Use your inner right thigh strength to press your right foot into the ground. And with your inhale, reach your right hand forward, forward, forward. On your exhale, twist it open, sweep your right hand towards the back of your yoga mat, open your chest to the sky. And then inhale, reach your right hand straight up to the ceiling. And on your exhale, thread your right arm underneath your left ribs. Little thread the needle here, reach, reach, reach. On your inhale, unravel, twist your right hand up to the sky again. And we'll exhale, right hand to the inside of our right foot. As you tuck your back toes and lift your back knee, you're going to lean into the power of your right foot and step into your Malasana squat. Left foot's going towards the outside of your left hand. Sink down towards Malasana just for a moment. Try to get really lifted and proud through your chest as you take an inhale. Keeping your feet as wide as your yoga mat, turn your toes forward and fold forward as you exhale. With a little softness in your knees, inhale to your halfway lift, lengthen out through your spine. And on exhale, we forward fold, dive down. Circle sweep it all the way to stand Urdhva Hastasana. Take a big breath in. And your exhale, soft knees, goddess, your arms, breath out. We'll inhale, hands up to the sky. And exhale, soft knees, hinge forward to your forward fold. Halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana, feel your breath lengthen you out. And then high plank, plant your hands and step your feet back. And in your high plank, just take a breath, feel yourself. Right, feel the engagement through your center. Lengthening through the nape of your neck, to the crown of your head, stretch actively forward as your tailbone reaches actively back. And then with your inhale, slide it forward to your tippy toes. Exhale with control all the way to your belly, slow and strong. Untuck your toes and breathe into your low cobra for the length and strength along your spine. And on your exhale, release down. And inhale to a low or a high cobra. Listening to your body to lead you to the height that feels good for you. We exhale to release. Keep your elbows hugged in tight, pull your navel to your spine. We're going to press back to child's pose. Think about this as like a reverse modified push-up. So keeping your elbows in tight, push your hips to your heels. Feel that strength to the backs of your arms. Take a moment. So shift it forward to your tabletop pose. Tuck your toes with your inhale. And then find that hover through your knees as you exhale. Pressing through your hands, pull in through your front body. Keep your right knee hovering and send your left leg up and back. You're hovering one-legged tabletop. Shoulders over wrist, take an inhale. Left knee pulls towards your nose. On your exhale, push through your hands. Step it back to your high plank, left toe step back, right toe step back, downward facing dog. Your inhale will lift your left leg to the ceiling. On your exhale, bend your knee and open your hip. Three-legged dog, deep breath in. Left knee, right tricep, a little twist as you exhale out. Three-legged dog, breathe your left leg to the ceiling. And then place your left foot to the outside of your left hand. Right knee is going to hover or release all the way to the earth. The choice is yours. The super active through your left foot. Your left toes can be slightly turned out. That's totally fine. But as you press through your left foot, you're going to inhale, stretch your left hand forward. Think about pulling your left heel to the back of your yoga mat as your left hand reaches to the front of the room. Exhale, twist it open. Heart spins to the sky. Your inhale, reach your left hand to the ceiling. This time as you exhale, thread your left arm underneath your right ribs. Reaching, reaching, reaching. So we breathe in, unravel, open, left hand reaches to the ceiling again. And exhale your left hand to the inside of your left foot. So you tuck your back toes and lift your back knee. Think about using the power of your left leg to find malasana. So rather than pushing off your right toes, think about pulling from your strong left leg into your squat. Hips sink low, but not your lowest, and then heart gets really proud. To the four corners of both your feet, active through your seat and tall and proud through your chest. Take an inhale. On your exhale, find that mat distance forward fold. So feet stay wide, turn your toes forward and lift your hips. Inhale to lengthen up halfway. And exhale to release. Rising with your breath, Urdhva Hastasana, big circle seat to the ceiling. In your exhalation, find your goddess arms out, openness across your heart space. Use your shoulder blades to puff your heart up to the sky. Inhale, hands reach to the ceiling. On your exhale, forward fold to the earth. Find a halfway lift as you breathe in. And on your breath out, high plank, plant your hands and step your feet back. And connecting to one intentional breath here, find that strong foundation within your plank. Then inhale to shift it forward. Exhale, lower halfway or all the way for your chaturanga. Breathe into your up dog or your cobra, you decide. We'll exhale back into downward facing dog. Pull your hips up to the ceiling. And take a deep breath through your nose. And maybe open up, exhale, let it go. Inhale your right leg to the sky on your three-legged dog. With your exhale, just like before, bend your knee and open your hip. Three-legged dog, re-extend. Right knee, left tricep, find your twist. Hold for your inhale. Lengthen your heart forward through your biceps as you hold for your exhale. From your core strength, three-legged dog, reach your right leg to the ceiling. And step your right foot forward in between your hands. Bring up to your fingertips, maybe cow lunge, left knee's gonna hover, breathe your heart through your upper arm bones. And we exhale, cat lunge, find the extension through your legs. And as you bend into your right knee, you'll twist your right hand to the sky just for a big breath in. And on your exhale, bring your right hand to the inside of your right foot. Rotate your left toe to the earth for a deep side angle. And inhale your left hand to the sky just for a moment. And on your exhale, sweep it through a wide-legged forward fold, all 10 toes to the long edge of your yoga mat. And then breathing into a halfway lift. Bend into your left knee for a side lunge. We're going to stay in this more lateral lunge rather than sinking into Skandasana. Right fingertips to the earth, twist your left hand to the sky with an in-breath. And on your exhale, all 10 toes pivot to the back of the room, low lunge. Strong through your feet, high crescent. This time we rise all the way up with our inhale. On your exhale, just settle in, take a moment. And then moving with our breath, we're gonna breathe in. On breath out, hands to heart, prayer twist, right elbow towards your left thigh. Feel the strength of your center. Super strong with your legs and your core. High crescent lunge, inhale, rise up, reach up. We'll take that twice more on your exhale, prayer twist towards the left. Inhale, high crescent lunge. One more time, exhale, prayer twist to the left. Then inhale, high crescent lunge. With exhale, find your warrior two, Virabhadrasana 2, open up. Then inhale to reverse your triangle, lengthen out of your left thigh. On your exhalation, triangle pose, stretch it forward, forward, forward. And find your variation. Left hand to the earth, a block, or your shin bone. Here, if you want to, you can add in a little reach to your right hand. So maybe inhale, extend your triangle, reach your right hand overhead. And then as you exhale, reach your right hand away from the crown of your head. You look towards your right hand. Stretch through your neck. We'll reach the right hand up to the sky. Slowly start to bend into your left knee. Just bend your left knee and let it stack over your ankle. From the strength of your core, reverse your warrior. Left hand's going all the way up and back. On your breath out, windmill your hands down to frame your left foot, finding your low lunge. Unhook your right heel. You'll step forward into your chair pose. Right foot joins your left. Sit into your seat, lift up through your heart and hands. Nice big breath in. On your exhale, prayer twist. Your left elbow to the outside of your right thigh. So your heart is rotating to the right side of your body. Let your seat be low, heart is proud. Elbow and thigh press into one another. If you'd like to, you can spread your wings open. And from here, strong through your core. As you unravel through chair pose, Utkatasana, lean into your left foot and stand up with your right leg. One big inhale. Open arm twist to the right with your exhale. Right hand's gonna sweep back, left hand reaches forward. Invitation to lengthen your right leg if you like that engagement with your quad. We'll take a breath in. Now slow motion, we're gonna send it back and unwind into airplane pose. As your right leg flies back behind you, send your arms beside you. Stretch from crown to right heel, similar to what we did in our one-legged tabletop. And then step it back into your crescent lunge. Release your right toes to the earth, breathe your heart and hands to the sky. With the breath out, bring your hands down to your yoga mat. And use your core to lift your left leg to the ceiling, three-legged dog. Bend your knee, open your hip with exhale. On your inhalation, re-extend. Left knee to right tricep, twist and pause for a breath. Think about pulling your heart forward as you push through your hands for inhale. Thighs high to your heart as you stay for exhale. Three-legged dog, your core strength's gonna lift you up and back. Then land your left foot forward in between your hands. To catch your breath, take your cow lunge, right knee hovers. Find your inhale. As you lengthen your exhale, lengthen your legs, cat lunge. Then just your left knee and find your twist. One in breath reaches your left hand to the ceiling. On your exhale, left hand to the inside of your left foot. Rotate your right heel down for your side angle. Lengthen, reach your right hand to the ceiling. And take a moment here. And then we pivot into our wide-legged forward fold. So as you turn all 10 toes to the long edge, dip your head to the earth, take your moment. Lengthening halfway through your spine, find extension, and then bend into your right knee for your lateral lunge. To add your twist, you're going to bring your left hand down to the earth, and you're going to reach your right hand up towards the ceiling. Goodbye, Finn. Take an inhale here, and on your exhale, pivot to the front of your yoga mat. All 10 toes rotate. We lift up to our high crescent lunge, strong to the center, strong through our foundation of our feet. Shoulders soften out of ears. So especially when we're doing all these deep twists, the core is super important. Okay, so it's not necessarily about the depth of the twist, but we want to find that foundation through the low belly and the pelvis, right? Steady through the hips. Okay, so the twist is really going into like our mid and upper back. So big breath in here. On your exhale, use your core to twist left elbow towards your right thigh. Your inhale is going to press through your feet, high crescent lunge. Twice more we exhale per twist. Again, don't worry about how deep your twist is. Think about keeping your hips really square, your core really strong. One more time, inhale, high crescent from the strength of your belly. Last time, exhale, prayer twist, left elbow to the outside of your right thigh. And then inhale, high crescent. And with your exhale, find your warrior two. You give the right leg a little moment, reverse your triangle, big breath in, lengthen through the entire right side of your body. And then a mindful triangle pose here. Maybe not your deepest triangle pose. We haven't created a ton of space and length for the hamstrings just yet, but giving yourself that moment. In your triangle pose, if it's interesting to you, find the extension, left hand reaches overhead as you inhale. As you reach your left hand to the back of your mat, shoulder out of ear, with your exhale, maybe look back towards your left hand. Left hand will return to the ceiling. We'll find our way towards a reverse warrior. First, just start with the bend of your right knee. Once you have that stacked joint alignment, slowly push through your feet, strong center, reverse your warrior. Right hand's going all the way up and back. Into your low lunge, windmill your hands all the way down. Unhook your back heel, purposeful step to chair pose, find the intention in the transition. Then step into your seat. And take a lift up through your heart and your hands. Navel pulls to spine. And prayer twist from there, right elbow to the outside of your left thigh. See if your right knee is sneaking forward. Can you slide your right knee back in line with your left? And then allow your hips to drop low. You get proud through your chest. Again, you have the option to spread your wings wide if that's interesting to you, using the leverage of your right arm on your left thigh to twist your heart open more. And then moving super slowly as you start to unravel through your chair pose through center. I'm going to stand strong into your right foot and bring your left leg with you. Your one-legged mountain pose, just take a moment to arrive. When we twist to the left, open arm twist, left hand is going to sweep back, right hand reaches forward. If you would like to, maybe send extension out through your left heel. Feel your quad light up as you lift your left toes to the sky. And then we'll slowly find our way to airplane pose. Maybe a little softness in the standing knee. Creating room for your stabilizers to light up. Perhaps you work on the squareness of your pelvis as you take your breath here. Lengthen through the nape of your neck, stretch forward through the crown of your head. And then with intention, release to your high crescent lunge. How lightly can you land your left toes to the earth? And then breathe up to your heart and your hands. On your breath out, release your hands down to your yoga mat. Step back into your high plank pose. As you inhale, shift it forward. Exhale, lower all the way to your belly, all the way to the earth. Untucking your toes, lower high cobra, inhale to find any amount of lift. Exhale back to the earth. Elbows stay hugged in tight. Pull your navel to your spine. With strength, push back to child's pose. That reverse modified push-up sends your hips to your heels. Take 3 cycles of breath. And in your child's pose, we're going to take a thread the needle variation. So go ahead and dive your right arm underneath your left. Flip your right palm open to the sky. Instead of twisting your heart open to the left, though, think about squaring your heart down to the earth. So imagine your left armpit is getting heavy to the ground. Think sternum to your right bicep, forehead to your mat, shoulders out of ears. So again, you're squaring your collarbones, your heart down to the ground instead of twisting open. You can actively press through the back of your right arm. And then just reach your right hand forward and switch. Left arm is going to thread underneath you. Left palm faces up to the ceiling, shoulders out of ears. And then square your heart down to the earth. Getting a stretch to the outside of your left shoulder. Eventually send your left arm forward and then shift forward into your tabletop pose all fours. We'll inhale to our cow pose, heart and tailbone scoop up, let your belly drop low. And exhale to your cat pose, round your spine. As you find your neutral, tuck your toes, downward facing dog, press your hips to the ceiling. Then inhale your right leg to the sky, 3-legged. Exhale to bend your knee and open your hip. If you'd like to, take your wild thing, maybe step your right toes behind you, open your heart to the sky, 1 inhale. We'll return to our 3-legged dog. Exhale to release your right palm to the earth. Use your in-breath to reach your right leg to the sky. On exhalation, right knee to left tricep, cross underneath yourself. Falling triangle, thread your right leg through just for an inhale, spin it open, left hand to the ceiling. Your exhale lands your left hand back to the earth. 3-legged dog, 1 more time, reach your right leg to the sky. And step your right foot forward to the top of your yoga mat. Strong through your legs, strong through your core, high crescent lunge. Breathe in to rise up. On your out breath, prayer twist, left elbow to the outside of your right thigh. Get super strong through your right foot, proud through your chest. Now take your gaze down and forward. So you're looking down at the ground in front of your yoga mat. Engage through your belly and lean your weight to your right foot as you come to left tippy toe. And as you shift your weight, your center of gravity over your right foot, and you push through your right foot and float your left leg up into a little hover, like an airplane left leg. Take 1 more breath here. And 1 slow breath out. Left toes land to the back of your yoga mat. Press through your feet, high crescent lunge. I know that's a big push. And into your warrior 2 open. Find your way up to star pose, all 10 toes turn forward as you reach high. Bend into your left knee, side lunge or Skandasana this time if you want to drop a little bit deeper. Take a moment here along through your torso. And we're going to turn to the back of our yoga mat, low lunge, framing your left foot. Release your right knee down to the earth. Pull your heart forward with inhale. And half splits as you exhale, lengthen out to your left leg. Just take 1 breath to stretch from crown to tailbone. Then as you bend into your front knee again, lift your back knee off the earth. Three-legged dog, use your core to reach your left leg to the ceiling. And bend your left knee and open your hip. Option to stay or finding that single breath in your wild thing, tip it over. Let your shoulder blades lift your heart with breath in. Journey back to your three-legged dog, starting with your exhale. Breathe your left toes up to the sky. Left knee crosses to your right tricep, breath out. Ball in triangle, thread through, and open right hand to the ceiling. As you release your right hand to the earth, find your way up and back to your three-legged dog one more time with your breath in. Left foot lands between our hands, the breath out. Strong and powerful through your legs, high crescent lunge, root to rise. And then prayer twist, right elbow to the outside of your left thigh. So as you light up through your legs, light up through your core, again, looking down and forward at the ground, I find to be really helpful here. You gotta shift super far forward so your center of gravity is over the power of your left leg. That way your right leg gets light. Use your core drive through your left heel. Maybe float your right toes to the sky. Maybe wobble out of it a little bit. Think about lengthening through your spine for one more moment here. And as you feel complete, no rush if you're still exploring, right toes release to the back of your yoga mat again. Intentional root through your feet, rise to high crescent lunge, and warrior two, open out. Find your star pose, breathing in, rise up, rotate all 10 toes forward. Exit a bend into your right knee, side lunge or skandasana, you decide this time. Extend from crown to tailbone, so think about really breathing your rib cage away from your pelvis, lengthening your tailbone from the crown of your head. And then we'll pivot to face forward, the front of the yoga mat, left knee lowers to the earth. Just draw your chest through as you breathe in. And start to lengthen your right leg as you exhale out for your half split. One cycle of breath. As you rebend into your right knee, tuck your back toes, lift your left knee off the ground. Just step back into your downward facing dog, right foot meets your left. Lowering your knees to the earth. Inhale to your cow pose, lift your heart, lift your tailbone. And exhale to your cat pose, round through your spine. Then coming to a neutral spine, long from crown to tail. Just bring your legs around into a seat. I want to leave a little bit of extra time for seated postures today. So sitting on your booty, just reach your legs out in front of you. And then we're going to bend our right knee towards us. As you step your right ankle over your left, this is normally where we take like a tall seated twist. We're going to kind of continue this a little bit deeper. So we're going to keep walking the right foot out until our knees are coming towards stacks as a half Gomukhasana. Right knee's about over our left leg is long. Flex your left toes towards your face. Maybe untuck the booty so you have that nice forward pelvic tilt throughout your spine. And then inhale to reach your hands to the sky. Your exhale, you're going to dive forward any amount. This is a big hamstring stretch. Feel your right sitting bone pull back and stay slightly as your heart reaches towards your left toes. Take 2 more cycles of breath. Feel free to stay a little bit longer, otherwise you're going to rise up and we'll bend our left knee so we find full Gomukhasana legs. This could also be your cross-legged seat or double pigeon instead. You want to make sure both sitting bones are planted to the earth and our knees are again relatively stacked. Blocking your feet out wide and feet move slightly forward, almost as if they're going to be in line with your knees. Sit up tall as you inhale. Option to stay here, or you find a slight tip forward as you exhale. Flexing your feet to support your knee joints. Take 3 cycles of breath. As always, you can choose to stay a little bit longer. Otherwise, slowly start to rise up, unwind through your legs. Maybe take some windshield wipers side to side. And then send both of your legs long again. You're going to bend your left knee and then step your left foot over your right. Wander your left foot out to the side, so you're finding that half Gomukhasana shape. And this variation is a little bit more focused on hamstring versus hips. So that's why we take both. So you make sure both sitting bones are firmly planted. You can inhale, reach it high, and exhale, think heart to right toes. Think about creating a cow spine through your torso, so the heart and tailbone are energetically lifting to the ceiling. Even if that doesn't actually create a cow spine visually in your body, that energy is going to help really concentrate the stretch to your right leg instead of some of that stretch getting lost within your curvature of your spine if you're hunched over. Pulling tailbone back and up, heart forward and up. Your right thigh bone is plugging into your pelvis, and then flex your right toes to your face, taking 2 more cycles of breath. When you're ready to switch into your full Gomukhasana, you'll slowly rise up, bend your right knee, bringing your right heel in. Adjust until you find both sit bones firmly planted to the earth. Remember that you have other options too, like a cross-legged seat, forward fold, or double pigeon. And then sitting up tall, I like to use my hands on my shin sometimes to pull my heart forward, almost like that same cow spine energy we took in the cross-legged seat way back at the beginning of practice. And your inhale, you lengthen, lift. On your exhale, maybe tip it forward. On your hands to offer your body support. So your shoulders soften out of your ears. Take 3 cycles of breath. Your body might crave to stay here a little bit longer. If that's the case, just honoring that. Otherwise, start to slowly and gently rise up. Help your legs apart. If you want to do a couple more windshield wipers, tick-tock your knees from side to side. And then we're going to scooch forward to the tops of our yoga mats, and we're going to lower down to the back body. We'll use our core unless you're like, I'm over it, then feel free to not. So at the top of your yoga mat, you'll find your heel anchors, knees bent, flex your feet into the earth. Sitting up tall with your torso, use your core to drive your heels through the floorboards and to isometrically pull your heels to your seat. So imagine you're like trying to like drag your booty forward by rooting down through your heels and dragging your heels towards the back of your yoga mat. That's going to help draw in through your front body. From here, reach your hands out in front of you, flip your palms open to the sky so your collarbones get wide. And then breathe in, lengthen. On your exhale, slowly start to lower back. Keep your navel pulled to your spine. Continue to drive through your heels. Now lower back until you find a low boat. So eventually, your low back is going to lower to the earth and you'll float your legs up off your yoga mat. Proud through your chest, take an inhale. On your exhale, rotate your hands over to the left. Pausing here, keep your chest proud. Option to reach your left hand towards the back of your yoga mat. Big breath in. On exhale, we bring the hands through center. Take your in-breath. And as you breathe out, rotate your hands towards the right side of your yoga mat. Option to reach your right hand towards the back of the room. Take an inhale. On your exhale, bring it through center. One more breath here at center, proud through your chest. And then to release, bend your knees into your body as you lower your head to the earth. Take a moment here, draw some circles with your knees as you inhale. And then open mouth, exhale, let it go. Knees stay bent. Land your feet to the earth for a bridge pose. You stack your heels beneath your knees, take your inhale. On your exhale, root through your feet, lift through your pelvis. Option 2, draw your shoulder blades a little bit closer together at the back of your body. And then feel your rib cage and your pelvis sliding in opposite directions. From there, think shoulders out of ears, stretch the crown of your head and your shoulders in opposite directions, creating a big stretch to the length of your neck. Then imagine hugging the entire outside of your body to the midline. So outer hips hug in, outer thighs hug in. We take one more cycle of breath. As you breathe out, gently release your hips down to the earth. Pausing for a moment, just let that sensation wash through. Then figure for your right ankle on your left thigh, let your right knee fall away from you. Option to stay here or bring that whole figure forward to your body for a breath. Just one slow inhale, maybe a little rock from side to side. One slow exhale. And winding your legs to happy baby. Just take a big breath in your happy baby, knees wide. Maybe lengthen out your legs. Then as you exhale, figure for a second side, left ankle will stack on top of your right thigh. Find your variation, decide on movement or stillness, and then take a slow inhale. And a slow exhale. You can unravel into happy baby again. An option for any variation of happy baby, or if you'd like to go into an inversion like legs to the sky. Flower shoulder stand is taking 3 cycles of breath. In one final shape, that could also be Supta Baddha Konasana, your reclined butterfly. After your 3rd cycle of breath or so, we'll be meeting in Shavasana, final relaxation. As you find your way into whatever shape you'd like to rest in. As you allow your eyes to drop closed, can you give yourself permission to truly release and rest and relax for these last few minutes of your practice? You give yourself permission to balance out your effort with ease, so that your cup can fill and you will have greater energy to move through your day with more patience, compassion, and trust. So sinking into the earth, it would feel good to take one more cleansing breath, gather in a really deep inhale through your nose, feel your lungs expand in every direction. Then open mouth exhale, release that breath out. Just gently starting to bring some attention back to your breath. Allow each inhale to get wide again, and every exhale to stretch long again. As you expand your breath, you can either stay exactly as you are. Maybe you start to bring some energy back into your ankles and your wrists. Maybe stretch your fingers and your toes wide. If it would feel good, you might breathe your hands up overhead, adding length from fingers to toes, crown to tailbone. And then with exhale, just let your hands find their way to your heart center. And taking this final pause at the end of practice, we pause in gratitude for the yoga practice itself, the pathway that it provides for us, and the tools that it shares. so we may come into deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. We pause in gratitude for our physical bodies, the physical vessel that moves us through this human experience, and for our breath, the life force energy that offers us each and every moment. And so in gratitude and deep appreciation of this time that we shared and the energy that we shared, let's take one more deep breath in. One more cleansing exhale out. May yoga offer us a path to compassion. And may our practices serve as our teachers, always guiding us to live with authenticity and to love deeply each and every day. Thank you so much for being here this morning, taking this time for you and sharing your energy with everyone else here. And namaste.